Is Felipe leaving Nottingham Forest and set to break my heart? Welcome to your transfer news. Good morning, evening, noon, night. Oh God, this isn't going to be good. Welcome to your transfer news. Hope you guys are doing well. Coming up, yes, I know it's November, but the transfer rumors have started and there's only one story that should be on your mind right now. And it's these rumors about Felipe leaving. Are they true? Is it going to happen? Are we going to lose that beautiful man? We'll talk about all of that in just a second. If you're heartbroken by this news, hit that like button. Subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you are new. And let's jump into this one. Okay, so the most beautiful man in football is being linked with a move away to Nottingham Forest. And it's to the damn Greeks, as always. Where else would it be? But how real is this story? Well, let me read you the article. Big shout out to you-know-who for sending it through to me. But I'll tell you off the bat, it's not something I can deny or verify or give you guys any inside information on, apart from just sharing the information that this actually might be happening. Why? Because it's international break, and loads of the guys that we talk to are on annual leave. What a week for them to decide to take annual leave. But let me bring this to you, and then hopefully next week we'll be able to verify things in more details for you. And honestly, it feels like I'm losing a limb actually talking about this. So the article itself is from the Greek side of the planet, so you decide whether or not you believe it. But according to today's publication, Felipe, excuse me, I can't even say his name without tearing up, is high on the list to strengthen Olympiacos' defence. Felipe is not playing for Nottingham Forest this year, having made just one appearance in the league trophy. Did he? The 34-year-old stopper moved to the Tricky Trees last January from Atletico for 2.3 million. Excuse me. Sorry, and is high on the Greeks' list to reinforce, as they need strengthening and bolstering in that centre-back position. Now, let me tell you what I think about this. I think there's been something fishy going on with Felipe this whole season so far. If I go back to when we did the kit reveal, or when the club did the kit reveal, and we got to speak to Steve Cooper, the first thing he said to us was they had two injuries, Brennan Johnson and Felipe. Now, Brennan Johnson was then recovered in a week or so, and the fact that he was telling us about Felipe back then kind of meant that he wasn't that injured. I expected Felipe to be back within a week or two, or maybe the start of the season, and then it's just never materialized. And then roll on to now, the biggest frustration I have is that we don't know what's going on with him, because he's in every training video. He's doing diagonal runs, straight line runs, all the runs that are required to show that he is fit, but doesn't even get named in any match day squad, let alone a starting 11. So is there something going on in the background with Felipe? I don't think so, because judging on nothing but his beautiful smile in the training videos, he looks absolutely fine, content and happy with life at Nottingham Forest. And no doubt on top of that, at the age he's at 34, with the likes of Murillo, Danilo, all the other Brazilians we're about to bring in, you got Santos at the club as well. He's almost probably, and again, this is me speculating, being looked at like a father figure to these guys, and especially the likes of Murillo, who plays in the same position as him, who's probably looked up to him. He's been giving him advice, language barriers, etc., helping him with all of that. So no doubt he's had a really important role, even off the pitch currently, with the likes of the younger Brazilians in there. And I can't see me wanting this to happen, because he's just too good looking. But when you look at it objectively, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, but would it be the right thing? At 34, let's assume he has got this injury, this knee injury that keeps niggling away, that he can't fully get over or isn't strong enough to play a competitive match. If you look at it objectively, I can't get the words out of my mouth, it's too painful, then is it not better to send him off to Olympiacos? But then at the same time, you say to yourself, okay, so how's he going to be able to play for Olympiacos but not for us? Yes, I know the Premier League's most physical league. You hear all the usual lines there. But football is football. If you're playing on a match, it's going to be competitive. They've got, Europa League football, etc. So how would that work? And is he actually fit and is just not first choice now? As heartbreaking as that sounds, you got Murillo who stepped up, Niakhate who stepped up, Omar Bamadeli to come through, Bolly having a solid season as well. Has Felipe somehow found himself further down in the pecking order than we would like him to be? I still personally feel he's probably our best defender, because I think a lot of us have forgotten how good he was last season at defending, at commanding and leading. I think that's the main attribute that's kind of been missing on the pitch, is that born leader that Felipe is. And of course, those looks, you just can't get past them, can you? So, would I do this? If this is true, I would understand it, but hell no would I be for it. I think if you could get 10 games out of Felipe this season, they would be important games. He would bring on important attributes and quality onto the pitch. And I would want him to do it. And I just thought Felipe would retire with Nottingham Forest, because I know he's happy in Nottingham. I know he's happy in the role in the club. This was obviously last season. But clearly some things have changed over the summer and into the start of this year. Would we get any money out of this? Probably, because it's Olympiacos. Would this be a loan deal? Because Felipe still got, I think, 1.5 years left on his contract. It's probably going to be another bloody loan deal to the Greeks. So there's no real financial benefits to us, apart from moving his wages. Felipe's on plus 75k a week. So it probably makes financial sense to move those onto the Greeks' books. But I don't think my heart could take Scarpa and Felipe playing for Olympiacos. That's just too much. That's just too much. But I understand it. I don't know if I'm making sense. I guess I'll put the question out to you guys. Would you get rid of Felipe to Olympiacos? And if you wouldn't, why wouldn't you? And if you would, why would you? And should we cut off all sentimentality ties to this one? And obviously close your eyes when you're doing it. Otherwise you will see the picture of the beautiful man, and that will really influence your decision. There is a lot of transfer news going on with Nottingham Forest right now. There's something coming up with Scarpa, but I just don't have time right now to go into it. So I'm going to have to do it on another video. There's another South American player linked. All these things I'm trying to get verified before I bring them to you. But like I said, a lot of people are on annual leave this week. So bear with me and we will piece it all together. But get your thoughts in on Felipe. This one hurts. I'm not going to lie. My final answer is I couldn't sell him. I couldn't sell him. It'd be like selling one of my kids. It can't be done. What would you guys do? If you haven't already, hit that like button. Subscribe to Forest Fan TV. See you on the next video. Come on, you Reds.